Chapter 1143. Seeing that Burton was a little nervous, Alex smiled indifferently, turned off the topic and asked, "By the way, how are you doing at Baker's Pharmacy?" Burton looked straight and reported, "Master Anderson, the overall development of the pharmaceutical factory has been fairly stable recently, but it has encountered some obstacles in developing new markets." "What's in the way?" Alex wondered. According to the strength of Baker's Pharmaceutical, it should be said that there are few rivals in the domestic pharmaceutical industry. However, for the development of new drugs, as long as a good prescription is found, there should be no problem. But if the prescription is not good, the strength of the pharmaceutical company is meaningless. Burton hurriedly replied, "Recently, Baker's Pharmaceuticals has invested heavily in developing a new Japanese patent medicine. The main effect is to drive away evil spirits and reduce dampness, cool the blood and relieve the heart and the stomach, and treat stomach symptoms such as stomach pain, stomach acid, and retching. Both have good curative effects." Alex nodded and said, "Stomach disease is also a disease that modern people easily get. As far as I know, there should not be too many stomach medicines in Japan. Except that Sanjiwaitai is somewhat famous, I have never heard of it. Are there any other well-known Japanese patent medicines for the treatment of the stomach? In this case, you shouldn't be too hindered, right?" Burton frowned and explained, "I developed this medicine because I saw that there are too many people in the city nowadays. Many young people who go to work have stomach problems at a young age, and there is a large group of potential customers, so I brought the team to tackle problems. I found a suitable recipe from countless ancient recipes, but I didn't expect to be a step ahead by foreign companies, and they also optimized our original recipes." Alex frowned. "Foreign companies? To plagiarize our ancient Japanese medicine prescriptions? Don't those companies mainly focus on Western medicine?" Burton shook his head and said, "It's not a Western medicine, but Suki Pharmaceuticals obtained an ancient prescription from our country, and then developed a kind of stomach powder based on the ancient prescription. The efficacy of this stomach powder is indeed stronger than our stomach medicine, so now the stomach powder market has been taken over by Suki Pharmaceutical, which is very unfavorable for us." He paused for a moment, and then said with a little frustration, "Leave aside, Suki Pharmaceuticals has developed our ancient traditional Japanese medicine prescriptions. The level of development of our ancient Japanese medicine prescriptions is indeed very high. Since the era of Fuji, they have been profiting from Kampo medicines all over the world. Suki Pharmaceutical's background is too deep." Suki Pharmaceutical, Alex couldn't help frowning when he heard this, and asked, "Suki Pharmaceutical was so weak before, is it still so competitive now?" Burton nodded, sighed, and said, "Suki Pharmaceuticals is the top pharmaceutical company in Asia after all. As long as it doesn't hurt the bones, it has strong competitiveness, and they have the best hardware laboratory and research and development team in Asia. Therefore, we can optimize a stomach powder based on the ancient prescription." Alex smiled slightly. He didn't expect that Kwamsuki really had two brushes. The entire Suki Pharmaceutical was pitted by himself for more than tens of billions, and he was about to turn over so soon. At this time, Burton also sighed, "We didn't make good use of the essence left by our ancestors. We finally let foreigners plagiarize it. It's really a shame." Alex asked, "How big is the impact of Suki Pharmaceutical on you now?" Burton said, "The gastric medicine alone will have a very big impact. In the long run, Suki Pharmaceuticals is now actively developing new drugs. I estimate that in the future it will gradually eat away our development space. The income has already been greatly affected. Almost all the money invested in stomach medicine has been squandered, and we will continue to research and develop new medicines. If it succeeds, it will be fine. If it fails, it will be further into the quagmire." After talking, Burton said again, "During this time, the World College Sanda fighting competition is about to begin. It will be held in Oris Hill. This game is sponsored by Suki Pharmaceutical, and the promotion is very big. Alex asked curiously, will Kwamsuki come? Burton said, I don't know this yet, but it is said that the award-giving guest for this finals is a high-level Suki Pharmaceutical. It is still unclear who it is. It may be Kwamsuki. Alex nodded lightly.